What's the? Alright, let's just. Let's get going. What are you up to at the minute then, Graham? Bum, 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 bum. Yeah, I'm trying to. Yeah, I'm trying to sort my mic out. For some reason, it's being a dick tonight. There we go. As I say, shit happens. Yeah, I know. I don't know what's going on with it tonight.
Doing it by hand as well.
That's better. Back to cruise control. Might just trim that up. Little trucks. Oops, shit. Cut that up a bit. Teach me to watch what I'm doing, won't it?
See you left here on.
On. Alright, do that one. Just get these bloody sorted because it's been a pain in the butt. Right. That's on. That's on. Oh, you pain in the butt, get your arm on. Thank you. Yeah, I approve. Hopefully now it'll all kick in. There it is. It's all kicked in now. Which means just got to bring up friggin' chat. I won't do it with none of that because I ain't got it there. Why ain't I got it? Hang on. There we go. Right, let's do this. Have a job. Sweet.
Okay, I'm gonna head off. No worries, man.
Alright, mate.
No, not here.
Yeah, no, just hit me, son. Just wait for the weekend to.
Yeah, I was swimming this afternoon. It's not just for 6. I was in the sauna for like half an hour.
Oh, really? that was it.
I'll be on at some point tomorrow during the day.
Yeah, no worries. No wait for days, man.
Yeah, no worries. I'll see you tomorrow.
What the hell?
See you later, mate.
In a bit. Bye.
Cheers.
yourself a job.
Do later under.
Why is everything taking so bloody long tonight?
I had loads of shit to fucking load up tonight.
Yeah.
I had today.
Hi there, Commander Spark. Welcome to the stream. Sorry for the delay, I'm just trying to get something sorted and it seems to be taking forever to fire up. I don't know why. Besides, it's out to piss me off, I think. But home section. Right, let's back this up.
Speeding and overtaking.
Is that what you got done for, is it?
Yeah. Speeding.
Oh,
Town.
yeah, I'm not doing too bad, Commander. A lot better than I was. Hell of a lot better. I'm still alive, kicking, and I'm still bugging people, so can't be far wrong, can it? This is the first time in ages I've felt up to streaming as well. And thanks for asking anyway, bud. Appreciate it. So how are you keeping though? You doing alright? Oh, sweet. Whoops, missed my junction there. Never mind. Yeah, drop us what it is and I'll come over and I'll follow you, mate. I'll give you a follow. No, it's not a follow, is it? It's a subscribe. I'll subscribe to you anyway. I just goofed there. I just took the wrong turn in. So I just whizzed up there and turned round. Do it right this time. One thing to look at, Graham. Commander Spark. He's got a Twitch account. Worth a look. It's always worth watching other streamers or YouTubers. Always learn something. But you will do, mate. You'll get there. Everybody has to start somewhere. Even an old git like me. And the difference is I'm freelance now. I'm not with any VTC. I'm just on my own now. I left the VTCs. The one I was with lost interest in trucking, so they've all gone over this 5M for GTA, and I ain't into that, so I'll stick with my trucks. But I definitely keep an eye out on your channel. And once you start getting some video content in there, I'll advertise you as well. Shout you out. What sort of games do you play on it? Or do you plan to play on it, should I say? I just made myself a fag. My Twitch name, Anthony272. That's mine. I've got a little bit up there, flight sim. I think there's a bit of sniper, loads of truck. I can't remember what I got on Twitch, to be honest, because I use a piece of software called Restream.io, and I stream to that, and that restreams out to Twitch, YouTube, Mixer, Facebook. So I might subscribe to that or donate to it or whatever it is you got to do. So I can open up a whole load of other, whole load of other stuff. If I do yawn and seem tired, it's my radiation treatment that does that. Knocks the crap out of you. Alright mate, no worries. Oops, watching while I'm driving. Boom, 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 boom. Nobody's about, so let's just jump a light. Ain't gonna do a lot, my mate's sitting in the gateway. What's he gonna do? Sit down and drive through. Alright, let's see what I can do this from the good side, please. Mr. Union, hello, welcome to the stream, buddy. There we go. Let's go get another job. So if there's any big around. Nothing up this end. It might be something the other one. Ah, gotcha. Okay. Right, now I know look for on Twitch. That's not a problem. I've done this here old streamy thing. I'll come over and give you channel to follow. I'll do the same with your YouTube as well. Do a subscribe there. Right, let's have a look, see what we've got. Nice big. Oh, this is a long run. That'll do. That's a big old run, but I'll do it. You join the dark side. I was born on the dark side. Trying to see where that other truck went. Alright, let's see if I can get this time round. Yep, I've got it. Took a bit to whack it in. Do that. Come on. Right. Take something a bit longer to go. Nice big old trailer. And I've got 1,000 miles to go. Yeah, hola. Good evening, gentlemen. Yeah, what I'll do is say is it won't be much longer enough. I'll end this stream, and then what I'll do is I'll come over to your Twitch account. I'll have a look on there. Your Twitter's always active. Mine is, but I keep forgetting about it. Mine's the same, Anthony272 on Twitter. But I've got a Google account, Pinterest. I've got bloody loads of them. And half of them I forget. I've even got a website I keep forgetting to update. So my downside for the last 6 months, since January basically, is having chemo and radiation. I keep forgetting about everything else. I should bring it all up to date really. I've got a blog page as well, but I can't remember what that is. The only thing with this truck sim is that you spend more time in the dark than you do the light. You can't see half the scenery. And I find that boring. Better in the daytime because you can actually see shit. Which look out. Set of cruise control. So what games do you play with? If you play any games, I don't know if you do what sort of streaming you're going to be doing, but what sort of games do you play? Wrong, boy. What have we got? 964 miles to go. We're about 90 minutes. On our journey. Better clean the screen up a bit. By the time we get to Washington, it should be daylight, so we should see some nice scenery. Cliffs, rocks and valleys, and God knows what else we'll see. Albeit I'm stuck to 55 at the minute. At least this boring part of the desert is in night time. Hello there. I can't pronounce the name. Adi Equa, something like that. Forgive me if I can't say it. I'm not very good with what I call weird names. But Aid, welcome to the stream. I'm doing American Truck Multiplayer. And it's boring because it's all dark and you can't see nothing. But it should lighten up pretty soon. Got about an hour's driving to do to get where I'm going up in Washington. Basically set off from Fresno, and from there I'm driving up to Washington, so it's a bit of a long haul, but it clocks the miles. Keeps the logbook happy, my trucker's logbook. It's gone a bit quiet on my Discord at the moment. A lot of the guys have disappeared. They've all got to play GTA 5M. I don't know what time they'll be coming back. If you want to watch that, they're on DJ Clippo. He's on Twitch. And so he's playing 5M at the moment, which is a GTA add-on. They do role playing. But they're a bunch of idiots, so it'll be funny. Oh, thank you very much. I appreciate that. That's really good of you. You have to forgive that if I don't stream that much. For those of you that don't know, I have terminal cancer. So I only stream when I'm actually mentally able to. Because I go through chemo and radiation, and it knackers you out very, very quickly. And this is the first time I've been able to stream for couple of months, I think. Can't remember the last time I streamed, but anyway, thanks for the follows and thank you for the subscriptions. It's really good of you. And all those that do follow and subscribe, I also do it back. It's always worth supporting each other. Even an old git like me. So at the moment, doing American truck. I'm on my way up to somewhere in Washington. Can't remember offhand where. I'll bring that up and tell me when it. Where am I going? Port Angeles. And I've got 845 miles to go. At a massive speed of 55 miles an hour. Which is about as fast as I drive in real life, so ain't a lot of difference.
¿No crees?
Yep, I didn't understand a word of that.
No, que nada más que te digan adiós o...
I think I've got to turn off here. Yeah, I have. Where are we? Them lights change way too quick. It's alright if you've got a regular load on, but you've got a heavy haul like this. And I've got a rig coming up behind me. I need some go-go juice. Old school trucking. Da-da-da-da-da-da. There we go. Coming. Okay, what? What can go anyway? Nearly hit the barrier there. I wish you'd just hurry up and get to daylight. So much easier to see. So, this is what I'm holding. And get back on the right side and waste bumping up for anybody else who's driving about. So cruise control 56, that should be alright. Sacramento. That's not bad, about halfway through then. The only thing I find with American truck is that, like with Euro truck, you can put all your cab lights on and a whole load of different paraphernalia. But with American truck, they're very limited on what you can actually do with the trucks in the way of extra lighting and such like. Oh great, now I've got a detour. Where is it going to send me now? Send me off that way. I wonder if I can jump through this way. That way I can go around the detour, but still get to where I'm going without going too far out of my way. Oh, you arsewives. Determined I ain't gonna go that way, ain't I? I do hate these detours, because some of them take you hundreds of miles out of your way. figure it. I'll find another route round that won't be that hard. Definitely don't want to be in that lane. I'm not turning around going back on myself. Nip off here actually. Turn right, follow that road out. Could be a bit naughty being it looks like it's a single track back road, but just have to drive a bit more careful, that's all. See if I can get this little road to take me back to the route that I was on. Whatever happens, I'll end up in Washington anyway. San Rafael. Oh, that's one of the road works. Right, just pull up here for a minute, see if I can remap this route. So it keeps trying to send me back to where I've already been. So that's where I need to go, up there. So what I do is I'll add Eureka to it. And that will take me up and around. That'll do it. There's always a way. That's it. Close control again. Gives me a chance to make a shot of smoke. If anybody on there's watching on Facebook, sorry I can't respond to you in a minute because I can't actually bring that screen up. I nicked the cable to do something the other day and I put the cable back, so I'm actually going to monitor down, and that's the one that normally shows the Facebook page with the chat on. So if you're on Facebook, I do apologise that I am not responding to you. But I can see everybody that's on YouTube and Twitch, Mixer. They is all showing up. So you always come into them and give a chat. I speak to anyone and everyone. No preferences, no prejudice. Just little old loony me. I do wish it could hurry up. It's 2:39 as far as the game goes. And hopefully it'll get daylight soon so you can actually see some bloody scenery. Heading up to a little town called Eureka, which is on the west coast of the States. Then I'm heading east to get to another big town, and then head north back to get back on track to Washington. I had to do a divert because of some either roadworks or accident or something. So there was a detour put in place, which means I had to do a reroute. It takes me about 100 miles out of my way, but that's 100 miles between towns. Not a lot of Americans on this road, I know that. I'm on the American server in Europe, in American truck as well. Not the Europe server, the American server. And for those that are watching, stream to YouTube, Mixer, Twitch, Facebook. So please all hit that like button or the follow and subscribe buttons. Show your support for me. Do this is to leave a bit of a legacy. let's turn this off because that having two GPSs up annoys me. Got one on the dashboard of the truck, don't need another one up. I'm holding a bloody great Caterpillar tractor. It's more like bulldozer than anything, but it's coming up from Fresno up to Washington. Initial journey was about 1,500 miles. We've still got a few hundred to go. And the quicker it gets to daylight, the quicker you people can see the scenery, which makes it a little more entertaining to watch. Not a lot of other players around, I know that. It seems very quiet along this road. When I came on, there was about 600 players on. I'm starting to get a little bit tired now. I'm determined to finish this journey. They've got a big old trailer on. That's the trailer I'm hauling. See, it's quite a long trailer. It's actually better on single player because you get a lot more. I mean, besides the AI traffic, you get a lot more going on. Roadworks, accidents, police chases, all sorts of different events. So tomorrow I will probably do either American truck or Euro truck. And there ain't nobody about, keep going. Still nobody around, so keep going. Normally I'd stop at all of these lights and that, but if there's nobody around I don't bother, especially this time of night. So I do want to get the job done. And I've got 720 miles to go. I used to, Smuggy. I used to. But because of my illness, I lost my HGV. I've only just managed to get my car licence back. But I used to do HGV, I used to do low loaders as well. But I'm afraid I won't be going back to that. The only difference between the game and that is on here I can cheat, but I don't have to stop at red lights. Whereas in real life you have to stop. Oh, for how long? Oh, bloody hell. About 15, 20 years? Something like that. Long time. At HGV1, had a Class 1 licence. And all of it basically at night time, driving all at night. One end of the UK to the other end. Various companies. And I do miss it, if that's your next question. So Leah, now this is about as close as I'm going to ever get to HGV driving again. I've got terminal cancer, mate, and I've only literally just managed to be able to get my car licence back, but I can't do nothing else. I'm not allowed to drive anything commercial, which is a bit hard really, but there you go. I can understand why they've said no. Don't fancy me keeling over at the wheel with 60 tonne behind me, I suppose. Do you drive at all, Smoggy? Oops. Ah, right, fair play to you, mate. Is it something you're looking to do when you get older? It's a good life. It's hard work, but it is a good life. Come on, get in gear. Thank you. That's a good thing to do, especially nowadays. Because you not only got all the like petrol and diesel, you've also got the hybrids and you've got the electrics. So, you know, one way or another, they're always going to need a mechanic somewhere along the line. So it's a good career to go to. At least you'll always be in work and you'll earn decent money at it at all. So yeah, go for it. If that's your dream, always go for your dreams. Life is too short and fragile to not do what you want to do. And if that's what you've always dreamed of doing, go for it. Oh, I'm not brilliant. I've lived the life that I've lived. You know, there's no point getting older if you don't get any wiser. And you know, I always believe that you should always encourage people to do what they want to do. Because if you dreamed all your life that you want to be a mechanic, and then you go work in a factory, you won't be happy. Which means you won't keep a job, you'll change from job to job. But you want to be a mechanic? Go be one. Everybody will need a mechanic. And then you'll be happy doing what you want to do. As long as you're happy, you can't go wrong. Oh, thanks for that. I appreciate that. I've watched a lot of people over years and they end up in dead-end jobs. They're not happy in them. They always say, oh, I wish I'd done this, wish I'd done that. That's why I always tell people, you've got to follow your dreams. Oh yes, definitely. I used to do a bit of that myself. I used to do custom cars in the UK. I used to buy cars from the 1950s, 1960s era, strip them down and completely rebuild them. But I used to customise them. I mean, I'd take like a standard little 900cc engine out and put in like a 2 litre, uprate the gearbox, everything, you know, the axles, brakes. And then a car that would normally do about 90 ends up doing about 140. You know, it's. I used to have a friend help me. He used to do all the bodywork stuff because I weren't very good with the bodywork. But doing the engines and doing all the welding, yeah, that was me. I used to love doing that. It took me about 3 years, maybe 4 years to complete a car, but that was well worth it when you see them finished and in the shows. Most of them, when I took them to a show, I'd end up selling them. So Then I'd go walk around and find another old wreck to buy and take home and start working on that. Did a motorbike once as well. That was fun. There we go, starting to get some daylight so you can actually see some scenery in this now. But yeah, whatever your dream is, Smoggy, go for it. Do whatever you got to do, especially like if you're still at school, study, get the qualifications you need. Just follow your dream. Thank you very much for the follow. I appreciate that. But you got to go for your dreams. Because otherwise you'll end up living your life unhappy. And I wish you all the very best with it. How much longer have you actually got, like at school or college, to do what you want to do? Hi Dice, this Horizon. Welcome to the stream.
Moment.
Hello, Basey, alright, bud?
You are.
Yeah, not so bad.
I didn't realise you just seen me.
Oh, yeah, I'm sitting here. Well, I'm not sitting on my own, I've got people in chat as well, so. Yeah. Smoggy, you're welcome, mate. It don't cost anything to give somebody a boost.
Mm.
Actually, I've got a young one on here. He wants to go into like custom cars and all of that as a mechanic and that. I think you should go for it. Tell everybody, go for your dreams. Otherwise, you end up unhappy. And if you're unhappy, you know, you have a miserable life. But if you do what you want to do and you follow your dream, you can't go wrong. I'm starting to see some nice scenery in the States now. I'm heading up towards Washington, so
Are you on ATS, mate?
I'm on ATS, yeah. Before I do a few more miles before I do my injections, take my meds and hit the sack.
Yeah, just me and it. So let's just make them.
I'll tell you what, that's the right way to think about it, Smoggy. Absolutely, mate. Yeah, because if you get up in the morning and you feel, oh great, I've got a challenge today, we're gonna get, you know, it's gonna be a good day, you guarantee it will be. You know, not every day is gonna be perfect, but you know, you're doing what you want to do, so it's gonna be a good day every day anyway. These people that have to get up and just go work in a factory and they don't like it, they get up and wish they hadn't bothered. And the day drags for them as well. 8 hours turn into 16. Whereas if you're doing what you like, 8 hours literally just fly by. I thought all you boys were playing 5M based.
What's that, mate?
I thought all you boys were playing 5M. What made me get into trucking? What, in real life? In real life, it was a matter of, I actually split up with a girlfriend and just wanted to get away. So I went over to trucking, found out I loved it, went for my class 1, loved it even more, and I was away from home 6 days of the week. And I was just making money, doing what I enjoyed, so it was easy.
Okay, about this.
And I was doing it up until a couple of years ago when I got hit with this crap. But I don't complain. I'm 59. I've had a good life. Done everything I ever wanted to. So that's just a total result. Whatever happens now, happens. How did it affect my family? Ooh. It was a bit like a brick on a greenhouse. Hello, Beastie, welcome to the stream. Hi, Sarah. Hit my family hard. Well, it's got Beast King Gaming up there, so I presume it's Sarah.
No, it's me. He's out in the business.
Oh, right. Yeah, how can I explain how it affected my family? It's not so much how it affected them, it's how it's still affecting them. They know at the moment every day is an extra day, but they've all had to face up to the fact that I ain't got that long.
About it, none of us have.
No, none of us have. I mean, you walk out the door and, you know, anything could happen. Struck by lightning, you can slip over, trip, break your neck, break your spine, your life's over. Yeah, you know. I mean, I was always one that, whenever I used to do a lot of flying, I used to fly around everywhere. And I always sat at the back of these big jets. People say, why do you sit in the back? I said, because they don't reverse into mountains. You know, I've always had that sort of sense of humour, and that's just, I do the same with this. And I treat it the same as flu, you know. I fight it. I'm not going to beat it, but I will fight it. I'm slowing down a bit here. This is a bit of a hill. Tell you what, Payson, I've gone quite on ATS. It was busy earlier.
You keep cutting out, mate. It's fine.
Yeah, no, a couple of people said that tonight. When was a time I impressed myself? Christ. I don't know, to be honest. I mean, I'm like a lot of people. I've done a lot of things that I'm proud of. I've also done some things that I'm not proud of. Same as everybody.
We're all in that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
Things we're proud of, done things we're regret.
What have I done that I've impressed myself with?
Was your happy at the end of the day, mate? That's what counts.
Yeah, I think the only thing I could say where I've always been impressed with myself is I can make other people laugh, make other people happy. That's all I ever set out to do. You know, I've never been asked that one before, Smoggy. That's quite a question, that is, you know. Well, you will.
Just about one of them days out. I'm not stressed for days.
You need to, I'll tell you what, Liam, you need to take up meditation, mate. I tell you, you learn it, and it's a skill that once you've learned it, you can de-stress in seconds. Well, thanks a lot, Smoggy. That's good of you. I appreciate that. Oh, what again? Only got weighed a little while ago. I ain't put any weight on. I ain't had no burgers. Yeah, she's all right. She's doing okay, you know.
That's good to hear, man. Come out and come back in.
Right. Okie dokie. What have I was taught by the British Army on how to be a sniper. And this might seem really strange, but that's the one thing I learned that I still use today, because I not only do shooting, but I also do wildlife photography, which means I know how I can hide from people, the animals, blend in with the scenery around me, so I can get the photos, or I can get me dinner. Because I only shoot anything that I'm going to eat. I don't shoot anything that I ain't, unless it's rats. I shoot plenty of them, but I don't eat them. So you say I use my sniping skills. It's basically camouflage and concealment, I think they call it nowadays. you up to speed. That's better. Come on. Yeah, Clivo.
Hello.
Still with us then, Cogger?
Just about.
Struggling?
Yeah, I finished with stream ages ago. Space was getting tired. I was getting tired. Couldn't get on 5 AM. Start off with. I'd say, oh, God. I'll finish the stream. I'm getting knackered. I'll sit up now.
I'm streaming at the minute.
Yeah, I did see it pop up.
On
I don't know, mate. Just some point tomorrow.
Oh, bloody hell. That's a difficult one, to be honest, Smoggy. Loneliness and depression are... One young lad in the chat.
I'm getting confused because he says that, but I'm like,
Yeah.
seeing it come up on
Yeah, no, he's on Mixer, mate.
Oh yeah, you
Yeah. Yeah, on multi-stream.
I thought I was going to lose them all the time. One of the two.
No. Well, I could do that as a wind-up one night, couldn't I?
No.
That'd send you all crazy.
The missus does that herself.
Yeah. Loneliness. As an old truck driver, loneliness is something you actually get used to it because
Yeah,
you're
you
always
get-
on your own.
Yes.
I mean, you keep saying I bought you lot. Fucking hell, you seen that then?
Yeah, but I told you, reason. Yeah.
Solar panel for a sex machine, innit?
Yeah, but the difference is I've got a reason to be bold because I'm on chemo and radiation. What's your excuse?
I'm getting fucking old. It's just stressing you lot.
That's got nothing to do with us. So loneliness, I mean, when you're a truck driver, it's a way of life because you're on your own 99% of the time. Depression,
Yeah, I get that.
yeah,
I get that.
I don't know how I can advise you with depression. Besides meditation. Hello, Zaggy. Welcome to the stream, buddy. Long time no see. And before you ask, no, I do not want to touch your prawn.
No, man.
So a lot of the things that I can only suggest, Smoggy, to you is with loneliness and depression, is your generation are brought up with mobile phones, laptops, iPads, all of that. You see, I never had all of that. When I was your age, it was a matter of, like to play war, we'd actually go out and shoot people. Like cowboys and Indians and all of that. You actually go out, you got guns and you bang bang pop pop. Whereas now it's all done on computers. Now you got fishing simulators, so you go fishing online instead of going out and actually doing it. Oh, don't call Zaki a sexy beast. It'll go to his head. Zaki, you're unreal. Only thing I would suggest about loneliness and depression, Smoggy, is to actually just go out. You'll find people with your interests and the same things you like. I mean, like you like custom cars and all that. Go to the custom shows, and you start to meet people at regular events, and you start to get to know people, and that gets rid of the loneliness, and it also gets rid of the depression because you're out doing things. What kept me occupied? Driving. What kept me occupied while I was out? I mean, I was out 6 days of the week in the truck. When you're not driving, you're either eating and resting up or you're asleep. It's no different from any other job, really. It's just you're more alert while you're driving because you have to watch all the idiots on the road. Zaggy, have you seen what he's written, Clivo?
No, hold on.
So I'll catch you tomorrow.
Yeah, see that, mate.
Alright, basically, you take care, bud, all the best.
Take care, Aaron.
Go fuck yourself, Zach. Fucking prick.
So your generation, Smoggy, is hard, mate, because everything is technology. You know, I mean, like with us, you know, we pick the phone up and we talk to people. We go out and talk to people. Whereas with technology now, it's just send a text message. It's not actually meeting up. I mean, I'm lucky. I mean, since been ill, I mean, I've got a great bunch of guys that support me. Some of you can hear in the Discord. But I mean, they travelled the length of this country to come see me one day, and that gave me such a boost, such a lift. But we're at the older generation where we all go out and we meet, you know. I mean, my grandkids, I mean, they sit there day after day all on their tablets and on their iPhones and on their Xboxes. And my daughter and her boyfriend, she takes them out to make sure that they go out and they realise that there's more to life than technology. Well, there's a whole heap of trucks coming past here, all with treble trailers on. Bloody hell. Yeah, definitely. More interaction with other people. As I say, you like custom cars and customising cars. And in this country, there's loads of like-minded people who like to customise cars, especially now with street races and all of that. I mean, some of these guys spend an absolute fortune on their cars, and they're all just for show, you know. So that's the sort of people you want to get involved with, and you'll find loneliness and depression will just vanish because you've always got something to do, somewhere to go. Yeah, it is. When you think about it in hard facts, like customising a car, I mean, you start off with like a bare blank bit of metal. You fold it, crease it, you know, then you put it on the car, you paint it up, you do all sorts of designs on them, spray jobs, and you've made a piece of art, you know, that's something people can stand and look at, and you can sit there quite smug to yourself thinking, I did that. You know, gives you a sense of pride and achievement. Who or what made the biggest impact in my life? Cool, blimey. Believe it or not, it was an old Chinese fella. This is going to sound so corny. When I was in my sort of 20s, late teens, early 20s, I led a bit of a rogue's life, you might say. I was into a lot of things that you shouldn't be involved in, and that's just how my life was going at that time. And I had a Chinese fella actually sit down and talk to me one day, and he taught me about Chinese philosophy, and he turned my whole life around. I left that life, and I just became a better person for it. So I was, you know, so a little old Chinese fella. Ooh, I don't want to go there now. Right there. I ain't that far away now. Yeah, got to say it right. Lang Tung. That was his name. He actually owned a fish and chip shop in a town that I lived at the time. And he literally did turn my life around. No, not Top. Lang Tong. Can't remember. But he really was. It was a special bloke. He used to run. He used to help run a youth centre. Very clever man. Yeah, his hobby was, I don't know if you've seen him around. It's like cork, and they make 3D pictures out of cork. And he used to sit there doing all of that, and it's really intricate. It's bloody amazing what he used to do. I didn't read that sign then, I don't know what they said. Anyway, we'll find out when I get to the other end. Can't have that much further to go. $135. I suppose the other sort of person that influenced me was, well, it weren't that, it was a person, but it was also a movie. It was Elvis Presley in King Creole. Very similar sort of lifestyle from that film to what I was. Except for me, I couldn't sing. I couldn't sing then, I can't sing now. Cool. Where am I? Done on this one, on the next. That's right. That's why I crash now and again, because I sit there reading the text for getting on driving. Like that. What are you doing, Puddy Cat? You going out? Port Angley's are actually arrived. All we've got to do is just drop the trailer. Oh no, I use what is it? Logitech G25. Gear shift, steering wheel, pedals. It was actually donated to me by a good friend, DJ Clibben. He does a lot of Twitch stuff. He turned up here one day with it in his car. She said, there you go, that's for you. Donated it to me. It was really good of him. In actual fact, thinking about the controllers, I was told to get one for a couple of the games, but I can't get on with them controllers. I've tried them on the Xboxes and that, and I am absolutely crap at everything.
I can't deal with a controller.
And it didn't cost me anything because this one was donated to me. I know you can pick them up on eBay fairly cheap, but then you're still looking at like about 60-70 quid. Cash converters have them in now and again. I've seen them in cash converters for about 30-40 quid, and that's the gear shifter, pedals and steering wheel. You put feelers out, you know, people do have, like, they have spare sets, and they're sort of like, if they know you and that, they'll probably let you have it for, you know, easy amount of money. Most people are pretty generous like that. A lot of people look at it that, you know, are sitting in a box collecting dust. You know, they'd probably rather sort of like knock it out cheap to somebody they know that it's going to be used, and not just sitting in a box taking up space. It's a few quid in their pocket and you get a product that you want. You know, so it's always worth putting feelers out. Oh, normal trucks, never gave it a thought, just jumped in and drove them. When it came to the HGVs, completely different ball game. I was as nervous as hell the first time I ever got into Class 1. But once you've driven it, then it's like, it's easy, you know? Like with most things, you know, it's the unknown that gives you the fear. Once you know, then it's a piece of cake, you know? And believe it or not, driving a Class 1 is a lot easier than driving a car. But so, first time I ever did it, I was as nervous as hell, you know. How wide do you have to take the bends, you know, because you always have to allow, otherwise, if you take the bend too tight, your trailer cuts across it. There's a lot of things you have to keep in mind. Nobody about. Keep going. No. No, they all speak a normal language. There's, you know, I mean, unless you're on CB, and of course there's CB lingo, but otherwise it's just normal talk. straight over here. And then follow. Yeah, there's no other players about, so I don't worry about it so much. If there's other players about, then I stop at all the lights. And I indicate properly and everything, but it's a lot harder when you've got a big trailer like this on. Can't see anybody about, but I'll still take it easy. And take it wide as well, because I've got to go in here. Oh, this is going to be awkward. Watching the entrance. This ain't going to go in. That's a bit of a stupid place to do it, actually. Do a big trailer like this, and there's no room for it to manoeuvre. Spin it round so I can get it to pull over a bit. It's going to lock up on that corner all the time. Yeah, the only problem with this is you got a little tiny road, and you got to get it right in this entrance, and it just ain't going to come round that post. Let's go to external view and I'll show you. See? Gonna have to try and get that bugger out of there somehow. We're trying to swing that trailer way out. It's not easy doing it out this way, I know that. So I can spin it from there. Take it up the road, I think, and turn around. What, from real life? Take your time, think about it before you do it. So if you take your time, you normally get the job done a lot easier. If you rush it, you'll bend it. I'm about to take a road sign out as well. There you go. It's the only way I'm going to get this in there. So I can drag that over a bit more. It's going to take a bit of jiggery pokery, but I'll get it in now. See if I can put it across now. Should. Let's make it about there. Why isn't that picking up the marker? That's in there. There we go. Got it in. That took a bit of doing. There we go. What have we got? 2,942 experience points for that run. That weren't bad. Sweet. And that's the base I just delivered. So it's a bit silly putting it right in the gateway because now you've got to get out of there, but I'll go park this up for a little while. Nobody's coming, so let's go. And that's the job done. Sweet. Right, and on that, I'm going to have to end the stream because I've got to go and take my injections and my meds and hit the sack. So, all those that have watched, thank you very much for watching and subscribing and following. Smoggy, thank you very much for your conversation tonight. It's been absolutely blinding. It's been a great pleasure meeting you. And, well, hopefully I'll be on again tomorrow. So, take it easy. Stay safe, everybody, and enjoy life.